Today is Tuesday, March 5th, and I'm just wondering who could ever replace the kind of quality reporting the late Chris Mortensen did on the NFL.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your lifestyle. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fluent Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fluent Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to fluentfinancial.com or Fluent Financial's YouTube channel.
Star Power Expo is the best time to update your home. Get spectacular prices on the best in home entertainment, luxury appliances, smart home products, leather seating, and more. Check out innovations like the 171-inch video wall from LG. The Star Power Expo 3-day savings event runs from Friday, March 8th through Sunday the 10th at both Star Power locations, North Dallas and South Lake. Check out all the deals by going to the website, starpowerexpo.com. Chris Mortensen passed away Sunday at 72 years old. He covered the NFL for ESPN for more than 3 decades, but actually he began his career as a top-notch journalist years before that with the Sporting News, Sport Magazine, The National. Accolades poured in from everywhere, from the NFL, from people in journalism, people in TV, people in writing. Roger Goodell put out a heartfelt, wonderful statement, as did Peter King, Peyton Manning, Mike Greenberg, the Atlanta Falcons owner Arthur Blank, Chris Berman, Adam Schechter, Rich Eisen, Pat Ford, Holly Rowe, Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, virtually everybody at ESPN who'd worked with Mortensen in his more than 30 years there. So many of these people and others knew Chris Mortensen better than I did, but not many knew him longer than I did. I started having Chris Mortensen as a guest on my KLIF morning sports talk show in the late 80s. Then I worked several years at ESPN, and our paths would cross there. And of course, I would see Chris Mortensen every year at the Super Bowl. And then, of course, as we broadcast the draft wall to wall, I'd see him virtually every year at the draft. Morty, along with the professor, John Clayton, and our own Rick the Goose Goslin, pioneered what is now a word, a role that thousands of people claim they are every day in America: an insider. But Chris Mortensen and the professor and Goose truly were insiders. Mortensen was welcome everywhere, in locker rooms, in front offices, behind the scenes of everything. And Morty was welcome because he was so welcoming. Chris Mortensen was a kind man, a friend, smiling, always willing to help and share his abundant knowledge. That is, most of it. But Chris Mortensen was so trusted over the years by the people in the NFL, trusted that he would put out the proper information, but that they would never be revealed as sources of that information. That's what made Chris Mortensen so special. He walked that fine line for more than 30 years, informing but never damaging his sources. He covered the NFL for 3 decades. In 2016, he stepped away from ESPN to battle throat cancer But then he was back, revealing, by the way, that Peyton Manning was going to retire. That was his scoop, and so many others. But then Morty last year stepped away from ESPN again for what he called health, family, and faith reasons. Chris Mortensen piled up 18 major awards for sports journalism. But do not measure Chris Mortensen by the incredible number of awards he received. Understand that on Sunday, we lost a giant in our industry. He had such unusual, understated ability. A man who never let his ego get in the way of his job. And that we find as a more rare and rare commodity these days in the sports journalism industry.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, by Oh Hell Roofing, and by Goodness Steak Seasoning.
Just Wondering is a production of DSP Media for FanStream Sports. You can find Norm's show along with other great programming at fanstreamsports.com.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. If you enjoyed it, please hit follow. Then each episode every weekday will be delivered straight to you. And if we might ask one more favor, please share it with friends. I'm Norm Hitzges, and every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.